सभी लोग गाइए, हाथ से ताली बजाइए। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Prabhupada ki जय जय विठ्ठल 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 माझा विठ्ठल पांडुरंगा माझा विठ्ठल Thank you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Please raise your hands. Say loudly after me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Much more loudly, please. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
One more time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama.
Rama Rama.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Shri Shri Panchatattva ki
Jai.
Hare Krishna. So, how you feel now? But I'm sure who's singing, they are getting benefit. Those are not singing, they are not getting benefit. Because we have to sing. Because say in Kali Yuga, Haribol. What I said last word?
Haribol.
So you don't know what I'm saying. So what I want to say that we are here in temple, we have to sing Hare Krishna Mahamantra because you are the very, very, how say, opportunate souls here because Krishna bring you here. You are not coming just like that. Because so many people are walking outside. They are going in front of our temple and they are passing through. But you are very lucky, Krishna bringing you here. So why he is bringing you here? Because he wants that you can chant his holy name. So please, don't spend your time because mind is not taking rest. He's all the time doing some things. So engage your mind in Krishna's service, Krishna's holy name. Because this process, people are asking why we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. You know, people are all the time saying, why you are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra? What is the benefit of this? This benefit we don't get now. Try to understand. It's very serious matter. This benefit we don't get now. So when we get? When our eyes is closed. When our eyes is closed, then is the journey start. Means we are leaving this body. Then all this your holy name is going in your holy spiritual bank balance. When your eyes is closed, then your journey start. So that's why we have to get ready for next level. That's why Srila Prabhupada used to say, there are intelligent people, they always put one step forward, not behind. So our His Grace Sugati Prabhu is here. He is going to give nice talk on Bhagavad Gita. So please be focused. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
थोड़ा केबल को देखो. भगवान की सेवा
टेबल I think I will be okay.
क्या बताओगे हारमोनियम बजा के करता
ये लो प्रभु
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा
So we'll start with small bhajan, Jai Radha Madhav, and then we'll continue with our today's discussion.
अंकित
Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरन्दन
Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरन्दन
Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana Yamuna Piravanatari
यमुना तीरवनचारी
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य शूद्र श्री श्रीमद् विजयगंगे श्री भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की अंतराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल Hare Krishna. So first of all, I would like to welcome you all in weekly Sunday Love Feast program. Hari Bol. So do we have anyone who is coming here for the first time? Oh, wow. I wish and I hope you will have a nice time here and you will be encouraged to come here again and you will find it a bit useful for you and can be you'll feel like home here, I hope. So we would like to welcome you all specially who is coming here for the first time. So today we will discuss about few things from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. As we know, this whole month we are celebrating the book marathon festival or Bhagavad Gita distribution festival across the globe, and devotees all over the world are going out and distributing as much as they can the Bhagavad Gita to all those people who is still looking for happiness but doesn't realize or doesn't got the chance to know more about it. So we can listen about that, but for all that we have to understand what does Bhagavad Gita tells us, or how it is important and why it is important, or what we can get from Bhagavad Gita so that we can improve our lifestyle or life or our consciousness, our way of thinking, what we can do with that. So for that, we need to understand a bit deeper into it. So, as we know, Bhagavad Gita is a conversation between two personalities. One is Arjun, and second is Lord Krishna. Arjun is depicting all of us as a soul, living entity, or a jiva, right? Normal human being. Although he was not normal person, obviously he is a great devotee of Krishna. And second is Krishna, who is the supreme personality of Godhead, who is the supreme God. We all know that. Why we know that? Because Brahmaji, who is the creator of this universe, the first living person of this universe, says like that. What he says? Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Brahmaji is saying that Krishna is the supreme most. He is the cause of all causes. Okay, that's why we understand that, we get the chance to understand that Krishna is the supreme most. So Krishna and Arjun is talking, and Arjun, they both are in the battlefield, and Arjun is fearing to face that situation. And what is the situation? That he doesn't want to fight with his own people. And because of that, he's getting anxiety, confusion, fear, so many things which we all face in our day-to-day life. Right? We are fighting with so many things every day that we don't want to fight, but we have to, but we don't get the ways or the understanding how we can overcome those challenges, those anxiety, those fear, those confusions. So when we read a Bhagavad Gita or when we try to understand the things, situations which is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, we can implement or try to implement that. Okay. So basically, we can see in today's time we all are educated, at least trying to get education. Those who are still studying, or we are successful or trying to be successful. We are rich or trying to be rich. We are employed or trying to be employed. We all are now connected with technology in any way or other way, and every day we are enhancing our technology to ease in our challenges, our problems. Why we are developing the technologies? To advance in, like, in our challenges, in our problems, to deal with the problems. But what is happening? Yet the purpose of all this is not fulfilled. Another new problems are coming, new challenges are coming. Now we know AI is here, but still we know the challenges are also here with the AI. We can implement AI, but maybe after 5-10 years something more better than AI will come, right? So this advancement in anything or possession of anything, whether it's fame, power, wealth, beauty, we are not able to feel fulfillment. It is still something is lacking. Why it is having that kind of situation in our life? Because the real identity which we have, we are not able to match with that. Okay, so the real identity of all of us is soul. That is what Bhagavad Gita focuses on. One of the topic on which Bhagavad Gita focuses on. The first thing is, who am I? Until unless we doesn't know who am I, we will not be able to work for us, right? If you want to know the solutions, first you have to understand for whom I need solution. So who am I? What is our identity? So we will understand, like, okay, we are soul. Bhagavad Gita is saying that, or maybe we will hear somewhere we are soul. Obviously, when someone dies, something goes out of the body. Body is still there, but that person doesn't have any consciousness. That means something subtle is there which goes out. We are calling that as soul. But we don't understand how to deal with it. The same way, let's say we buy some machine. Actually, when I was staying in the temple, we bought a washing machine once. And that was of Samsung brand. Very nice washing machine. We still have. If anyone wants to see that washing machine, we still have. We can have a tour there and we can show you. So what happened? We got that. They delivered us. We took it out. We tried to install it. We installed the water system and everything. That is thing which happened with us. I'm sharing with you. So what happened? We followed everything, like connection, electricity connection, water connection, installed at the proper place. We fixed their legs to be on the floor correctly, and we started with few clothes. And when it started running, it was bouncing too much. Starting with like little vibration, and then gradually it was bouncing too much, and we were worried, like, why it is happening. Previously we were using same brand machine, it was not having any issue. Then what happened? We thought maybe its legs are not proper. So we worked on that, still tried, but again failing. Then what happened? We thought, okay, maybe we are doing something wrong. Let's read the user manual which comes with the machine. Okay? That is practical thing which we did here. So we opened the user manual. We thought we followed all the steps. So we are again just seeing, oh yeah, we followed. Again, problem is there. So what happened? We thought, okay, we should read it clearly. Maybe we are missing one point. And then we found one point, that we have to took out those some bolts and some things are there which they have for, while they transport, they just add them so that there will be no vibration for the motor or machine, internal parts. So we have to remove them so that the shock the machine can absorb. So once we remove that, it was working perfectly and it is still working. So what we can understand from it here is sometimes we buy things, we don't read user manual, we try to implement our own thoughts, but we fail. Same in our life, we got this human form of life, we are not reading the user manual, we are implementing our mind, we are implementing others' mind, but still we are lacking. Lacking where? Of completedness internally. Having that satisfaction, having that happiness, everlasting happiness, we are not getting it. Why? Because maybe we are not reading our user manual correctly. Getting my point? Why I gave that whole story. So, same way, Arjun, who is there in the battlefield with Krishna, he is confused. And what he want? He want a lesson from user manual. But what happened? He didn't get the user manual perfectly. So that's why Krishna had to give again. Fortunately, we all have Bhagavad Gita, but Arjun didn't have that time. So Krishna had to give. But then Krishna told that I already gave that knowledge before to many people, many personalities, but with the time it vanished. But now I will give you again. But before that, before Krishna started speaking, Arjun was saying his problems. I cannot do this because of this. I cannot do this because of this. I cannot kill my brothers. I cannot do this fight because I'm tired. I'm anxious. I'm having this challenge, that challenge. So he was only talking about problems. Sometimes we also go to someone, some experienced people, we just talk about our problems. But that person, if he's a great teacher, he's a good teacher, he will listen all your problems. Until that point, you will say, okay, now you tell me or you guide me. Otherwise, he will say, if he will start speaking, you will say, let me finish. Right? So Arjun was talking, he finished everything, and then in the end, what he said, we can read that verse if we want. That is 2.7, very important verse. 2.7. You can repeat if you want. Okay. Karpanya dosho pahata swabhava pritchami tvam dharma samudacheta yachreyasyan nishchitam bruhi tanme शिष्यस्ते आम त्वाम साधिमाम त्वाम प्रपन्नाम. So what Arjun is saying here is, now I am confused about my duty. Do we all feel confused about our duties? Okay, he is also feeling the same. So that's why I said he is depicting us, our situation. Have lost all composure. Do we feel like that? That sometimes we lose our composure, right? Because of miserly weakness. We feel weak, right? Mentally, physically. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. We need the best. We don't want to settle for less. We want best. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrender unto you. Please instruct me. Until this point, Krishna didn't started helping him. Okay? So if we also want some help from Krishna, we have to develop that kind of mentality that Krishna, we don't have any more power. Please guide us. And the best way to get guidance is to read Bhagavad Gita. How Krishna is instructing Arjun to deal with all this situation, which we are also facing every day in our life. Okay? So, as we started with the point, who am I? Like we are soul. So, the problem starts here. That we think we are this body, we are not soul. We compare ourselves with this body. When someone dies, what people start saying, okay, body is here, take this body to the cremation ground, body. They say body, right? They don't say that person, that this Rahul is here, or whatsoever the name XYZ person is here. No, they say body is here. Take your body, or take this body, right? Like this way. They start calling that person as a body. Why? Because this person was connected with the soul which was residing in that body. The real meaning of body is, I'm giving one full form of body. Does anyone know the full form of body? BODY? No, right?
Why is Yamraj?
Huh?
Why is Yamraj?
Yes, Y is Yamraj, but BOD is B for birth. Everyone gets birth, right? And this is not only implemented on human body, but all the bodies. All the living creature have bodies, right? Whether it's fish, whether it's tree, whether it's other animal, whether it's microorganism, they all have their own style of body, their own structure, own cells. But they get birth. If anyone has body, they get birth. Second is O. O means old age. Everyone will become old in their own terms. Mosquito also become old in his own life cycle. All the animals become old in their own life cycle. Someone has lifespan of 40 years, 20 years, 5 years, 2 years, 1 year, few months. Maybe few insects have just for a day, 2 days. Okay. So they also get old. And D means no. D means before death we have diseases. Have you ever seen diseases of plants? Diseases of animals? Is diseases is only for human? No, right? It's for all the living creatures who are in this material world. So they have to face diseases. And why is Yamadut? Yamaraj. They have to face Yamdutas when they will leave their body. Okay, they have to be, they will be taken out by those creatures which will be coming from Yamlok. Okay, they have to go. Yamaraj or Yamadutas, Yamlok, they are those personalities who deals with souls after the death. Okay, as per scriptures. So this is the real full form of body. But we are not body. Are we body because of these four things? No, right? These four things every living creature is having. So we are beyond that body. We have the qualities beyond that. What are those qualities? Sat Chidanand. We are part and parcel of Krishna. We are part and parcel of Krishna, which has the quality of Sat Chidanand, which is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Why? Because in Bhagavad Gita it is mentioned, Krishna is saying, Mamevansha jiva loka jiva bhuta sanatana manasasthani indriyani prakriti sthani karishyati. Means the living entities means we all, in this conditioned world, we are conditioned, right? In this world, we are bound with the conditions of this world. Our eternal fragmental part means we are part and parcel of the whole thing. Let's say you will get drops from the ocean. Chemically, the drop of an ocean will have the same quality or same formula like the ocean water, right? You will get one drop or one bottle or 1 gallon of water from the ocean. It will have the same chemical formula, right? Same features. But the quantity is different. Quantitatively, it is different because it is part and that ocean is whole. Same way, the whole is Krishna because he's saying in Bhagavad Gita, Mame Vansha Jiva Loka means everyone is part of me. He's declaring that clearly in Bhagavad Gita. And what is the quality of Krishna which we possess as a soul is Satchidanand. Satchidanand means, Sat means eternal, Chit means knowledge, Anand means full of bliss. That's why we are always towards knowledge and happiness because that is our real identity. Until unless we will not have the real knowledge and the real happiness, we will never gonna get satisfied. This is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Right? We are not this body because BODY everyone is facing. We are eternal soul as per Bhagavad Gita, as per Krishna, Mame Vansha Jiva Loka, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. So, then if it is like that, then what is happening in this life and what is happening at the time of death? So that is also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita 2.13. I think it is written in that quote as well, if someone read anytime is. देहिनो यस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमार्यं यौवनं जरा तथा देहांतरा प्राप्ते धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यते. Means like the way anyone who is in this body becomes from boyhood to old age, right? Everyone who has born, they were at times they were what? They were child. Like we can see, like someone is born, they are 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, and then they become young, then they become adult, then they become old. Okay, then they become too old. Then what happened? They dies. The same way, like the body is changing at the time of death, soul changes the body. They will get one another body. Like the way we change our clothes every day, right? We remove one cloth, we wear another cloth. Same way, soul changes. So that means soul is always there. That is why I said the quality of the soul is eternal. Sat. Okay, eternal. Soul is always there. That's what Krishna is said, that as the body passes from boyhood to old age in this life, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. Okay? So we are changing the body from one body to another, and our body getting older every day. That is the condition of the body, but we are beyond that. Okay? So what is our quality of a soul is? Na jayate mriyate va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuya ajau nityam shashvato yam purane na hanyate hanyamane sharire. That is a quality. That is the feature of a soul is, for the soul there is neither birth nor death at any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing and primeval. Means from the starting of the time we are there. So all this is very difficult to digest, because we are so much attached and so much engrossed in the condition of our body, and we feel what we feel temporary happiness, we feel temporary sorrow, we feel all these issues, challenges. Why? Because we are doing the same thing, which is eating, sleeping, mating and defending, as what other animals are doing. But the thing which makes us different from all those living entities, which is Athato Brahma Jigyasa, like we can ask question or inquire about the real identity of ourselves and the supreme personality who is controlling us. That only we can understand, not other animals can understand. Am I going too fast or too confusing? Is that everything making sense? Coming into picture? Can you all relate? Okay. So there is also one very famous verse from Bhagavad Gita which we all hear, especially from those people in their families someone dies, or we just chant that verse when someone dies, we go there. That nayanam chidanti shasrani nayanam dhati pavakana chainam kalodyanti punasho shati maruta. Like people just say like that, but they don't realize it. Like they say, soul can never be cut, never be perished, never be withered, never be burnt. Because that is real identity. Soul is beyond this material world. Right? We are beyond. Can anyone see the soul from our eyes? No, right? But something is there, right? So why? Because you know the size of the soul? Okay, can you see the tip of the hair? Our hair, if we take out our hair, we can see the tip of the hair, right? The scripture says the size of the soul is, in our dimensions, the size of the soul is 1/10,000 of the tip of the hair. But the energy of the soul is innumerable sun. That's why it cannot be controlled with these material things. Okay? And that's why when soul enters into any body, they get energy. They get consciousness. Okay? So, when we start understanding all this about the soul, there are many fears which we possess goes out of us from our consciousness, like fear of death. Because we will understand, like we will control our things. We will never gonna go in front of the train and then say, I don't fear of death because I'm soul. No, we can't do like that. But the thing is, we know that our death we cannot control. We have to take all the proper steps, but we cannot control our birth or we cannot control our death. We have to take care of ourselves meanwhile. But the fear which we can have all the time, okay, if I'll do that, maybe I can have fear of that. So that can go off when we start reading Bhagavad Gita, when we start understanding our real identity of soul. And we always have excessive attachment, like this thing belongs to me, that thing belongs to me. But when Alexander died, he said, keep my hands in the air outside of my grave so that people can see I'm not even taking one single penny with me. Right? Have you ever heard this story that Alexander said, please keep my hands out of my grave? Because even the conqueror of the world cannot take even a single penny. What to say about us? Then why to have that much attachment with our belongings? What we have to do with our belonging is to use those things in upliftment of ourselves in the mood of devotion, or to use that thing for service of devotees, service of Krishna, service of humankind. The best service for humankind is to engage them in their real identity or the real mood, which is serving others in the mood of Krishna consciousness. Let's say people are serving, like there are many organizations, many NGOs nowadays serving, right? They distribute food, they distribute clothes, they distribute shelter, they make so many things for them. They give free health, but they are only serving them on the level of body. But we have to serve people on the level of body, mind and soul. Okay? On their consciousness level as well. That's why we not only give prasad, we are doing food for life as well from our temple. Keet Prabhu is here. There are many other devotees who are involved in food for life. We are distributing prasad. We are not distributing them only food, because prasad will nourish their consciousness as well. We also trying to help in other ways, but we are also preaching the real knowledge by which a person can awaken their real identities and then can connect with the Supreme Personality of Godhead and can serve them. That is the real way by which we can connect. So also, second topic which Bhagavad Gita discusses about is law of karma. Right? Sometimes we think why bad thing happen to good people? Why someone is getting birth in the family of richest person? You know, I think Elon Musk has a son, right? His name is XE. I don't know what his son's name. But why someone is getting born in a very rich, affluent family and someone is getting born in South Sudan or maybe some other those countries which are facing that much crisis? Okay, I'm not naming any country, but we all know, right? There are so many challenges in this world. Few people are getting every advantage, few people are not getting any advantage, because we think like this is based on only this life. But no, if it is based on this life only, then why this discrimination is here? But when we understand the law of karma, the action and their reactions, then we will accept that it is based on some previous lives. Even if science says there is always equivalent opposite reaction to the action, but here there is always equal reaction to the action, not opposite, same reaction. So that's why we have to change our habits, change our actions in the society to make them more positive, more towards our dharma, or what is the dharma in English is as per the laws by given by holy books, what they say, how we can. And the most important thing is what Krishna is saying is, whatsoever you are doing, offer that to me, offer the result to me. How we can offer the result to me is it is being said as well that when we do our prescribed duties, are we doing perfectly or not? Let's say if someone is student, if they are studying perfectly, that means the prescribed duty to that person being a student is fulfilling. He will study hard, he will do his best, he will give exam, but the result of the exam he will leave on Krishna, leave on God. Okay, I did my best, I did my part. I honestly studied. I honestly gave exam. Now result is yours. If you want me to pass, I will pass. If you want me to fail, I will fail. But I did my best. But I have to. But we have to push our limits. Okay, we have to do our best. But if someone is there who will say, "Okay, I have exam. I am leaving on to you. I'm just praying that I'll be passed, but I'll not study because I'm leaving everything to you. That's why I'm leaving result as well to you." But that person is not doing his prescribed duty to that role. So they have to face the another reaction, which is they will be failed. Getting my point? Does it make sense? Let's say we are at the job, we have to do our job, we have to do what is prescribed, what is expected from us. But the money which is coming from the job, we should accept that money as the gift given by Krishna and properly use that money not only for ourselves, not as for the pleasure of us, but to utilize that in a proper way and to use that in the service as well. Service of society, service of Krishna, service of others as well, service of our family. So we have to use. Okay, in every way, we have to implement our each and every talent, each and everything, each and every action in a way so that we are connected with Krishna. So Krishna consciousness is not a way to leave things. It's a way to mold things in a way by which we are connected to Krishna. Okay, like let's say we are adding things in our life, we are adding qualities in our life, like we are adding one more bogie in a train. Let's say we have a train, we add bogies, more bogies, you know bogie, right? One more coach in the train. But when we add Krishna in our life, it's like adding engine in the bogie, in series of bogies, and then we can drive those bogies. Getting it? Also, there's a scientific experiment. When we engage ourselves in the service, our bad qualities starts going off. Have anyone felt that? When we start doing meditation, when we start chanting, when we start doing service, our those bad qualities started going automatically. Have you ever felt that? You know, there's an experiment in science. There is a metal rod, and some nails are stick to that metal rod with wax. That wax is hard, so that is stick to the metal rod. The nails are sticking to the metal rod with the help of wax. But when we start heating one end of the metal rod, slowly and gradually, those things starts falling down, because that wax starts melting and it starts falling down from the metal rod. Why? We didn't try to remove that intentionally, but when we add that heat, that energy to that metal rod, it all on its own starts getting away. Same way, when we start adding positive energy of devotion, of service, of Krishna consciousness in our life, the all bad things which are stuck to us start going, which are really hurting us each and every time. So for that as well, we need to understand who is the real God to whom we should offer our service. Right? Who is the real God? So Krishna in Bhagavad Gita only saying aham sarvasya prabhavo mata sarvam pravattate iti matva bhajante mam buddhava samanjita in 10.8, chapter 10, 8th verse. He is saying that I am the cause of all causes. I am controlling everything. I am the source of everything. And wise who know this, what they do? Okay, we will understand that. We will say, okay, everything is coming from Krishna. But what we have to do? Saying, wise who know that, engage in devotional service. If we want to be wise, we have to engage in devotional service after hearing this. And worship me with all their heart. Krishna doesn't want things. He just wants our heart. Okay? With our heart, with purity. But the thing is, what happened? With the time, with so many life and death which we had in our previous, times, what happened? when you don't clean the window, with time what happens? So much dirt, so much water, so much unnecessary things get stuck on the window. But when you start rubbing it, it takes some time because it is there for many years. It takes some time, but rub, 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 rub. One day, what happened? It becomes very clear and you can see through. Same way, between our heart and Krishna's heart, or between us and Krishna, we have this dirty heart in between. So when we clean that heart, it will become transparent and we can see Krishna through us. Okay? Because where is Paramatma? Paramatma is there in our heart. Hrideshu Arjuna Tishtati. He is saying that I am residing in each and everyone's heart, but they have to realize it. And how we can realize? When we will remove all those lust, anger, greed, pride, okay, enviousness, all these good qualities. Are these good qualities? Which I just said. No, right? Bad qualities. Lust, anger, greed, envy. Okay? These are bad qualities. When they will be away from us, then we will be able to see God. Okay? When we will be able to understand Him. So, what we do is, sometimes we think, is it really Krishna is speaking in Bhagavad Gita or not? Even that case, that kind of mentality, that kind of ideology which people develops, Krishna is already explaining here. Like in 9.11, he's saying, fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They think like, he's not God maybe. They do not know my transcendental nature as the Supreme Lord of all that be. Because they don't understand that. Okay? Because of all those bad qualities. Okay? So, what we have to do, he's again prescribing in the end of Bhagavad Gita that man manabhav mad bhakto madhyajimam namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyosime. Means he's saying always think of me, become my devotee, worship me and offer your homage unto me. Then you will come to me without fail. If we will just do this, what we have to do? Become his devotee, worship him, offer prayers to him. Okay? And if we will do all this, we will go back to him. He is giving us surety. Can someone above Krishna who can give us surety? No, right? He is giving us surety that we will go back to him eternally. So if he is giving this assurity, we have to have faith in him. And we have to follow the process which he is saying. And same, in the next verse, he's saying what he's saying, Sarva dharmane parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja, means abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. We just discussed about action and reaction, right? So sometimes we did some sins, sometimes we did something, some good activities, some good actions. But if we will not go in the in the service of Krishna, we will not be engaged in devotional life, then we have to face all that reactions. No one can protect us from those reactions. And we are already facing it for our previous actions. But he's saying here, if you will come into my shelter, then I will protect you from all your sins which you have done in the past. But the thing is, we should not do more. We should do only those activities, those actions which are for him. We can still do all our activities, material activities, but if we are connected with Krishna. All those devotees who are practicing Krishna consciousness from many, many years, they are still working, they are still studying, they are still doing household things, but still they are doing Krishna consciousness activities and service as well. So, we have to understand what is the real purpose of human life, which I just said, Athado Brahma Jigyasa. We have to inquire about all those questions. Now we have discussed all those solutions as well, how we can do. But if we will still do only eating, sleeping, mating and defending, then there is no difference between us or any other living being. We can see every living being is running for its life. Every living being is finding food for them. They are sleeping some way or other way. They are mating for reproduction. and still they are not connected because they don't have that mind, that intelligence, that knowledge to understand about the real goal of life, okay, which we can have. So what is our real identity, which we just mentioned? The real quality of us is Satchidanand, okay, and the real identity of us is a servant of Krishna. Jivera Swarup hoy Krishner Nitya Das, Das Dasanu Das. Means that is our real identity. That's why we always want to serve. You know, when if someone really is a good person, they will try to serve society, they will try to serve animals. Why, you know? Because that is the real identity. The metal will always go towards magnet because that is a attraction for him, for metal. Magnet is an attraction for metal, right? That's why it goes towards magnet. Same way, the attraction for a soul is service towards others. That is our attraction. That's why we want to serve. And when we serve, we get fulfillment. We get happiness. Because Jivera Swarupai Krishner Nityadas. But if we want the permanent, everlasting, blissful happiness, then what we have to do is we have to engage ourselves in the service of Krishna and his devotees in a proper way. Okay? But the thing is, we all are so fortunate that we can understand that knowledge from Bhagavad Gita. We are that much fortunate that we know this, we can read this. But all those people who doesn't know that, we have to give that knowledge to them as well, right? We have to give them that opportunity. And the thing is, Brahman Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. Means, out of all those moving in this material world, in this universe, only few of them, few out of few, will get that chance with the mercy of Guru, Krishna and devotees that they can get the seed of devotion. We all already got the seed of devotion actually. That's why we are here, right? So we got that opportunity, but next step is we have to give back to society. Give back to other living beings and engage them as well so that they can be happy. Do we want to serve them? Do we really want to serve them? We have to ask ourselves. We really want to serve them, is the best service is to give them this real knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So Christmas is coming. We all are living here in the society where most of our connections are celebrating this festival. Very nice festival. It's a time of happiness. We should give that gift to them. We should give even to those as a gift, those who are not even celebrating, because that can bring celebration in their life. We will give Bhagavad Gita to them. Okay, so take a pledge, maybe just to change life of one person, maybe just to change life of 10%, 100, or whatsoever you can. It's not about, maybe you can think, whenever we go to ISKCON, they will always ask for money, they will always ask for books, actually, why we ask? We are not asking for ourselves. If we really need only those things, then it is very easy to just do some business and then get the money. Okay? But we really want to serve the society. We want to engage others as well. When people give donations, when people tries on their own, they also get the mercy. You know, let's say there is one very big fair called as Kumbh Mela. Everyone knows about Kumbh Mela? Kumbh Mela? Who doesn't know about Kumbh Mela? Okay. Kumbh Mela is the biggest gathering of humans of this planet. When Kumbh Mela happens in India, biggest human gathering on this planet happens. Millions of people come to a single place for getting that mercy. Okay? But let's say at that place, one child get lost with their parents. And you got that child. What is the best thing which you can give to that child? A chocolate? What you can give? No, you don't tell. Someone new. What we can give best to them?
Bhagavad Gita.
Bhagavad Gita. Okay. What you can give? Do you like to give any answer? If you see any child who is lost, what do you want to give them? Education.
Get the parents. To guide the parents.
Yeah, get the
Parents.
parents.
The best thing is if we can arrange or find out his or her parents. Parents will give food, parents will give education, parents will give shelter, parents will give clothes. That is their duty. And he will feel the best person of this world when he will see his parents again. Right? We all are part and parcel of whom? Krishna. Mame Vansha Jiva Loka Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Right? He's saying that. He's declaring that all the living entities in this world are part and parcel of me. That's Krishna is saying. So if we are part and parcel of him, if we are his children, the so best thing is to connect with him. Now we all are connected. We all know that, right? We are coming temple, we are doing chanting, we are having prasad, we are doing service. We are connected. But all those people who are in this world, in the society, who are still suffering, who doesn't even know their real identity, that they are the son of the Supreme Most, then the best gift is to give them that knowledge that you are part and parcel of Krishna. You are the son of God. Just connect with him. And the best way is to give Bhagavad Gita. Okay? So that's why in this holy month of Bhagavad Gita Marathon, December, please take a pledge. Those who have already taken, we have many people here who have already distributed many books, who have already taken the pledge. But still, if you have taken and if you have got the books, if you want, you can take a pledge. I'm not asking now. But inside, from your heart, you can take a pledge on your own. What we can do is, the best thing is, maybe we drink coffee outside, maybe we drink tea, maybe we drink anything outside. Maybe we will give up 2, 3, 4, 5 those drinks, okay? 5 coffees from outside we will make at home. Tomorrow I'll go office, I'll take coffee from my home, but the price which I will get from that, the saving which I will get from that coffee, let me buy a Bhagavad Gita from that and will give to that person on my own. Not sponsoring is very easy, but distribution is very important. Giving money is very, very easy task, but serving with that money is really difficult but very important. That is beneficial for us. We have to give money as well. We have to do service with our mind, body, soul, money, everything. We have to offer everything. We have to give money. Don't start saying, okay, we will stop giving money to the temple. We will only serve. Okay, if you can serve with money, serve with money. If you can serve with your own physical abilities, do with that. But the thing is, we have to get the book, give to someone, reach out to someone who doesn't have, so that they can also start realizing their real identity, their real goal of life. Okay? And we all can get this kind of knowledge by approaching a bona fide spiritual master. That is also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, how we can approach a guru. Tadvidi pranipadena pariprashnena sevaya. Krishna is prescribing each and everything in Bhagavad Gita. We have gone through very small, very few things, quite a few things. Okay, so I'll stop here. If someone has any question, those who are standing out, we have space inside. Please come in. You all are welcome. That's your own temple. So we will. If someone has any question or any suggestion, we can take now, and then we will have very small bhajan. Bhajaure mana Sri Nandanandana Abhay Charanar Vindare. So that is very nice bhajan. Yes, ma'am.
Prabhuji, life after life we are doing sleeping, mating,
Eating, defending.
and defending. We are doing because we think we are getting real pleasure.
Yes.
That's why we are keep continuing. But my question, what pleasure we are getting from defending? Eating, sleeping, I understand. Mating, I understand. What pleasure we are getting from defending?
If we will not defend ourselves, we can't do other three things. Other three is depending on defending. If our life will not be there, then can we eat? Can we sleep? Can we mate? No. So why even animals build their nest? Why they find some cave? Why these deer run for their life when lion goes to catch them? Because they want to enjoy it. But when we realize our real identity, please come, have a seat. Okay. When we realize our real identity, we will realize that defending is not part of us. We will not go in front of the train, but Krishna will protect us. Okay? Krishna will protect us for sure. We have to understand that Rakhe Krishna Mare Ke, Mare Krishna Rakhe Ke. Means if Krishna or God want us to kill, we will be killed. If Krishna want us to save, He will save. So don't waste our time. Don't waste your time for defending too much. But that doesn't mean don't lock your doors. Okay? That doesn't mean jump from the cliff. That is our vivek or intelligence. What we have to do. But the thing is, we should not worry too much about always defending. Okay? So those three things is depending on the other four. That's why that is the situation of each and every living being on this planet or beyond this planet as well in this material world. They try to protect their life just to enjoy, just for the pleasure which they feel from other three things. Okay? Am I clear? Any other question? Yes.
I find it hard to serve to tell people about all these teachings. Any suggestions?
How you can say? Okay. The best thing is don't explain much to everyone. Let them read and understand from their own abilities. The best way, the thing is, when we sometimes preach or when we sometimes say so many things to someone which they are not in a mood to accept, they will never gonna accept. When they will get a time, when they will get a phase of mind to accept, and when they will read, let them do their effort as well. Okay? When someone goes to learn swimming, what happens, what coach do? They teach the steps, they give the lessons, but when they will start doing swimming, they stand here or they ask you to come here, I am here to save you. Because, and then what they do? They go beyond. They go more further. So then, by that way, by their own actions, they develop that quality. Same way, we will do our part by giving them some book and giving them that situation as well. Okay, if you read that book, if you have any question or if you want to know anything further, I'm here to help you. So you can ask them. Okay, if you start reading it, if you get some question, I know one place. We can go there and ask our questions. You bring them here, they can ask their questions. Okay? Don't explain much. Bhagavad Gita is self-sufficient, self-explanatory book in a very simple language. But when we start reading it, maybe initially we don't understand much. But when we start reading, we will start understanding as well. And when we read again, we get more. When we read again, we get more things. Okay? We can realize. Because Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashita. The thing is, few things comes from our heart. But that thing will come from our heart is when we clean our heart. How we can clean our heart? We can clean our heart through the process of devotional service. We talked about devotional service, but we didn't talk much about the process. I will give you one easy acronym for the process, which is prescribed here in our organization. Is the process is A, B, C, D, E. Okay. Can we all say A, B, C, D, E? What? A, B, C, D, E. Okay. Without reading A, B, C, D, E, can we learn English? Okay. Without doing this A, B, C, D, E, we cannot do devotional service. We cannot progress. Now, what is A, what is B, what is C, what is D, and what is E? We will just discuss now. A means association of devotees. Okay. If we will always be around, around those people who do criminal activities. Initially, we think they are doing bad, but later we think they are good. If we will associate with terrorist mentality people, we will think, okay, no, they are doing correct. Okay. So association matters. One rotten apple make every apple rotten. Why? Association. Same way, if we will associate the devotees, we will get something good by which we can connect with Krishna. Okay. First, A for yes. Now B. B is book reading and book distribution. Okay. This Bhagavad Gita distribution. This is B. But reading, distribution simultaneously. We have to read as well, we have to distribute as well. Because Krishna becomes very happy when we distribute the books. Because he get that this child of mine is worried about other child as well, so that they can connect with me. Okay? And what is C? What is B? And book reading, distribution both. C is chanting. C is chanting. Chanting what? The holy names of Krishna. Harer Nam, Harer Namev Kevalam Kalo Nastev Gatirannatha. There is no other way to deliver us from all those miseries apart from chanting the holy names of Krishna. Hari. Okay? C for? Now D. D is? Diet. D is diet. What we are eating. Because there's a saying in Hindi, Jaisa khaoge ann, vaisa hoga man. And vaisa hoga tan. So means whatsoever we will eat, our mind and our body will be that only. Consciousness, our consciousness will be whatsoever food we are eating. So we have to think about what we are eating. Are we eating prasad or are we eating something bad which can affect our consciousness? You know, if sometimes we make some food when we have so much anxiousness, anxiety, fear, and after eating that, we also not feel good. But when we make, with our peaceful mind, calm mood, after eating that food, we feel, complete. We feel suffice. Why? Because that energy goes into that food. Okay? So diet. And D for dance as well. It is being mentioned in scriptures, when we dance in front of the Lord, our bad karmas will go away. And good karmas we generate by dancing. There was one mouse was there, and mouse generally attract with ghee, butter. They get attracted with the butter. So what happened? In temple, there was one ghee lamp was there, and mouse got attracted with the ghee. He went there, and he started eating that ghee lamp, ghee wick of cotton. And what happened? Very next moment, he burnt his this hair, mustache, hair. Sometimes mouse has hair, right? He burned that. And because of the pain which he was getting it, he started, vibrating or like moving like that very, very fast in front of the Lord. But what Lord took it as? He took it as like he's dancing in front of me. He's dancing for me. And in the next life, he became king. This story comes in scriptures. It's not fake story. So if we give little, Krishna or the Lord will make it more. So we should dance. It's not about dancing a good dance form. It's about dancing out of love. We can even move simple step. We can teach you very simple, nice dance form. After this, when Prabhu will do kirtan, Swami dance. Prabhupada taught this dance. Okay, Prabhuji, we can teach that dance. So D for dance, D for diet, and D for please dance. Even if you are introvert, just you can move yourself like this. Okay. And E is engagement in devotional service or engagement in service. Service means when we are coming to temple, we can bring one flower for Krishna. That can be a service. We can offer some pennies, some money. That is also service. If we are coming, we can just clean the temple room. That is service. We can serve the food. That is service. We can help in preparing the food, that is service. Okay, we can help in decoration, that is service. So we can help in social media, that is service. We can help in book distribution, that is service. We can even help those people who are doing service. We can make prasad for those devotees who are going for book distribution, that is also service. So engagement in service. What is E? If we will do this 5 A, B, C, D, E, 5 things, we are following the correct process of devotional service. We will succeed in our life and go back to God. Okay. So any other question? Did I answer your question? Maybe I elaborated other things as well. But the thing is, we just give the book. That's all. If they ask, let them do their part as well. Okay. Any other question? Anyone? Okay. Yes.
The quiz now.
Quiz. Okay. We can have maybe quiz. Maybe we don't have much time for the bhajan, but we can at least read the translation of that bhajan. I really wanted to read. Oh, or maybe I kept my phone somewhere. We can share Prabhu Bhaja Hure Mana bhajan. Girdhari Prabhu.
Yes,
If we can share the bhajan translation. So this bhajan has been written by Govinda Das Kaviraj. So what he's writing is, "O mind," I'm just reading the translation. You can read the bhajan as well later because we don't have much time now. "O mind, just worship the lotus feet of the son of Nanda, which makes one fearless." Why we become fearless? Because Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, right? "Come into my shelter, you will become fearless. I will make you fearless." Having obtained this rare human birth, is human form is rare? Right? There are how many species are there in the world?
8 million.
8.4 million. Yes, Matri. Exactly. If you Google it right now, scientists even didn't discover yet 8.4 million, but our scripture says it's 8.4 million. Can someone Google quickly how many species are there as per scientists in today's time? It's lesser than 8.4 million. I have already searched it, but you can search for now. So it is very, very rare. Out of those million species, we got human form. Cross over this ocean of worldly existence through the association of saintly person. So this our A is covered here. Association. Both in the day and the night are remain sleepless, suffering the pains of the heat and the cold, the wind and the rain. It is really implemented in Ireland. Heat, okay, cold, wind, rain. Okay, we all are facing, right? But this is saying about our life. In our life, we are facing those many challenges. For a fraction of flickering happiness, we got happiness for how long? Flickering time. I have uselessly served wicked and miserly men. We are serving wrong people. We are not serving Krishna. We are not serving devotees. We are serving wrong people. What assurance of real happiness is there in all of one's wealth, youthfulness, sons and family members? That will not make us happy. This life is tottering like a drop of water on a lotus petal. You know, if you put some drop of water on the lotus petal, we won't know when that water drop will go off from the lotus petal. Same way, do we know for how long we will be alive? For 1 minute, for 1 year, for 10 years or 100 years? We don't know. Okay? So, therefore, what we have to do, you should always serve and worship the divine feet of Lord Hari. It is the desire and great longing of Govinda Das to engage himself in the 9 process of bhakti. There are 9 ways by which we can connect. Namely, hearing the glories of Lord Hari, chanting those glories, constantly remembering him and offering prayers to him, serving the Lord's lotus feet, serving the Supreme Lord as a servant, worshipping him with flowers and incense, and so forth. Serving him as a friend and completely offering the Lord one's very self. Very beautiful bhajan. We can hear that bhajan, we can read that bhajan, we can try to implement in our life. Okay, so I'll stop here. Thank you everyone for joining today. Ratra Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Gaur Premanande. Now we will have Gaura Arti and Narsimarti. And before that, we will have a quick quiz by Anukuta Prabhu. And those who will give correct answer, they will get special gift. Haribol.
I'd like to read it.
Yes, yes.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, there are two questions. I picked this simple one first, and I'll go with the other one.
You can sit.
I'll stand.
Okay.
First question. While Hiranyakashipu had gone to practice tapasya, his wife was pregnant at the time. Where did she go? Where did she go? She's pregnant now, and where did she go? That's a simple answer. I'll give a second question after that. Can anybody explain to me where she went?
Has anyone saw that movie Mahavatar Narsimha? Answer is there in that movie.
Put your hands up.
Yeah.
If you know the answer, put your hands up.
Put
please.
your hand up.
You
Maybe
put
you are
your hand
correct.
up. Otherwise,
Narad Muni.
exactly. And how did the baby in the womb benefit from that staying with Narada Muni? That's part of the question.
Learn to chant the name of
I can't hear you.
She's saying he learned the way to chant the name of Lord Narayan in the movie.
Give the
Haribol.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Do you have that Bhagavad
The
Gita?
second
Seriously?
question is going to be a
See.
little harder, and I'm going to read a purport quickly to understand, to know the second one. That's why we're giving a bigger book, bigger Bhagavad Gita. Okay. The next one is Sukadeva Goswami. How long was Sukadeva Goswami in his mother's womb? Now that's a very difficult one now. It's not easy. I've had many lectures and they kind of varied. Okay, how long did Sukadeva Goswami? We'll give the new people first. Anybody? Anybody else? Anybody here?
16 years.
Sorry?
16?
Actually, no. That's not the answer. But having said that now, I have heard lecturers telling me that it was 16 years. That's why I'm going to read the purport quickly regarding that. It's not 16. So, any other guesses? There's only one more guess. So, and you'll get... Sir, did you put your hands up there? Did you put your hands up?
12.
Yeah, okay. What's the answer?
12.
12 years. Exactly. It's 12 years. And quickly I'll just read the purport on that. That appears in Canto 9, Chapter 21, Text 25. Canto 9, Chapter 21, Text 25. So please read that. But I'm going to quickly read the purport of that one. Oh, by the way, do you know who won the first book? Do you know the name of Hiranyakashipu's wife? It's okay. It's all right.
Ayadu.
Yeah. I'm going to read the purport only. And this purport is written by Prabhupada. So we're quoting Prabhupada here. Just separate it. I think that one. Now, in the purport, it explains why it's 12 and not 16. Okay? That's why I got evidence to show that it is not 16 but 12. Okay? Purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The Sukha mentioned here is different from the Sukadeva Goswami who spoke Srimad Bhagavatam. And Sukadeva Goswami, the son of Vyasadeva, is the one we are talking about. Okay? It's described in great detail in the Brahma Varta Purana. There it is said that Vyasadeva maintained a daughter, Chabali, as his wife, and that after they performed a penance together for many years, he placed his seed in her womb. The child remained in the womb of his mother for 12 years. So you got it now? For 12 years, not 16 years. All right? But where does the 16 come from? That's coming now next I'll explain that in a second. In the 12 years. And when the father asked the son to come out, the son replied that he would not come out unless he was completely liberated from the influence of Maya. Vyasadeva then assured the child that he would not be influenced by Maya. But the child did not believe his father. For the father was still attached to his wife, and because the father was still attached to the wife and the children. Vyasadeva then went to Dwarka. And who do you think he met in Dwarka? Anybody? Yes. Who said that? Krishna. Okay, Krishna. And informed the personality of Godhead about his problem. And the personality of Godhead, at Vyasa's request, went to Vyasa's cottage, where he assured the child in the womb that he would not be influenced by Maya. Thus assured, the child came out. So you see, I've heard lectures by different people, and I was told 16 years, but that purport gives everything in detail of what and how it happened. Now I'm going to go further on now. Thus assured, the child came out, and he immediately went away as a Parivraja Acharya. Parivraja Acharya means that he's going to roam in the forest and not be hindered by anybody. Parivraja. That word Parivraja appears in the Mangal Arati. We say that many times in the Mangal Arati. Okay? So when the father was very much aggrieved, he began to follow his saintly boy. Sukadeva Goswami, the boy created a duplicate Sukadev, right? A duplicate Sukadev, right? Who later entered the family life. Therefore, the Sukha Kanya, or daughter of Sukadev, mentioned in this verse, is the daughter of the duplicate, or imitation Sukadev. The original Sukadev was a lifelong brahmacharya. So what really happened here, the real Sukadeva Goswami roamed in the forest, and when he was 16, then only he came to the banks of the Ganges and he was confronted with that. Now, Sukadeva Goswami he knows the past, he knows the present, he knows the future. And he knew that on the banks of the river that there was going to be a meeting, and that's where he answered all the questions of, one should read that, that's very important, that purport. Canto 9, chapter 21, and
Who won this
and
book?
verse-
Verse 20. Who won this book?
who said 12? Oh, Mataji said 12. Mataji said 12 days.
Ramya Sita Mataji.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
We can stand up for the Aarti.
Place on the remove the
आपके होते हो
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Say louder, please, louder. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. We should be said more louder because there are so many people are here.
पीछे कर दो ना
कंजूसपना नहीं करना है भगवान का नाम लेने के लिए नहीं? भगवान ने मुंह दिया है भगवान का नाम लेने के लिए तो संसार में बहुत सारे लोग हैं जिसके पास मुंह है लेकिन बोल नहीं सकते तो हम लोग बहुत भाग्यवान हैं तो भगवान का नाम लीजिए बोले हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे श्री श्री पंचतत्व की So we will have now Sandhya Arati. It's called Gaur Arati. Shiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Sandhya Arati जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद So we will dance for Krishna, as Prabhuji said. So all ladies are come in front, please, and all girls are go backside. So we will have place for dancing in the pleasure of Krishna. Okay? So please come in front. Don't feel shy. Krishna is watching you. So chant, dance, and make yourself happy. So Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जो खड़े हैं आप भी नाच कीजिए, आप भी नाचिए, भगवान के संकीर्तन में भाग लीजिए. Everyone, please take part of dance. Follow dance spirit. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sing and dance. What is the flavor? Hurrah, hurrah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Go! Louder, louder, please. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna. Bolo Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Everyone start music, everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Dance, please. Hare Rama. Come on, everyone. Hare Krishna, said, whoever dance and chant, he get mercy. Whoever just stand, he don't get mercy. So don't feel shy. I will give you one more chance. Please feel free to shy and dance. Everyone. I can see nobody's dancing. So we have to dance. Okay? So I will start. 1, 2, 3. Please come in the middle. Come in the middle. Mataji's next circle. Make everybody dance. You have to dance. You not come to just watch. You have to dance. People are going in the gym. You have exercise. You make it really spiritual exercise. So 1, 2, 3, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Our Prabhuji will dance. Prabhuji, who is dancing? So this is in our ISKCON, they dance like Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Prabhuji will show you, you have to follow. Udi marne ka bhaiya. So, see Prabhuji how doing. Huh? Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती महाराज की जय। नाम आचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय, गौर किशोरदास बाबा जी महाराज की जय, शर गोस्वामी प्रभु वृंद की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गौ गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, मथुरा धाम की जय, द्वारकापुरी धाम की जय, अयोध्यापुरी धाम की जय, जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय, मायापुर धाम की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, श्री क्षेत्र पंढरपुर धाम की जय, श्री श्री विठ्ठल रुक्मिणी भगवान की जय, गंगा माया की जय, यमुना माया की जय, कावेरी नर्मदा सिंधु की जय, चंद्रभागा मैया की जय, भक्ति देव तुलसी महारानी की जय, सामने भक्त वृंद की जय, डिस्काउंट फाउंडर आचार्य बीबीटी फाउंडर आचार्य जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, डिस्काउंट डबलिन भक्त वृंद की जय, गीता महोत्सव की जय। ऑल ग्लोरी टू द समबडी, ऑल ग्लोरी गुरु एंड गौरव जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण।
Everyone can sit down for Narsimha Is answer the who? Already done. So, Hare Krishna, we can sit down for just 2 more minutes for Narsimha prayers. Then we will go in basement for Prasad. Bandabu will have some announcement.
Hare Krishna, everybody. I won't give you much longer. Just a couple of important announcements. So far, we're trying to distribute around the world 4,600,000 Bhagavad Gitas, and Ireland has have pledged to do 1,600. We've got 700 so far. So we still have a week to go. So we're hoping to distribute the last 900 if we can. We've like today, I was out on the street and I distributed 5. Haribol? It's thanks to the people here actually who did sponsor some last week, because not everybody's going to give me 10 euros for each Bhagavad Gita on the street. But it was great because I gave it to one Muslim man, I gave it to an Irish girl, I gave it to two people from Mumbai. You know, it was really nice, and they all gave little bits and stuff. So we were actually also looking if there's any more pledges, but if anybody can help by giving out those Bhagavad Gitas, that would be superb. Is anybody here we're willing to take any Bhagavad Gitas and try to distribute them? And the cost of them is 8 euros that's the charge just to print them. Is there anybody could I get maybe one person to take 5 or something like that, or maybe even 1? Anybody? Any hands? Any brave person? You've given the last 2 weeks. I like it, one person will be giving 8, 10, 15, that's 20 actually, more than 20 actually. So please, if anybody else, can I just get maybe just one or two more people just to pledge something would be fantastic, because we've got 1 week to go. You know, anybody interested? Any hands, takers? Anyone likes to give? You? Get your hand kind? Oh, okay.
I can give 1.
5,
One of
brilliant.
my
That's really
One of
good.
my friend already won.
Okay, fantastic. And one as well. Excellent. Okay, so last person. I won't. This is. I just want to tell you a quick story. This devotee who was in here earlier is from Ireland, and since 1990 he's been giving out books all around Ireland. He told me just about 10 minutes ago that he went to this place in Ruski in Roscommon. It's a very small little town, and there was a lady there who normally takes a book off him every year, right? She takes a book. So this year she said, "Do you know what happened in the meantime? What happened since the book last year?" She said, "I was driving home one night and I saw this person, and they were actually sitting on a bridge, and they were just about to commit suicide." Can you imagine? She went over and she talked him out of it, and she brought him back to her car, and everybody was just driving past. No one was doing really anything about it, you know. So again, he wanted to go back and do the same thing, right? And he actually, he said that she asked him back again, she convinced him again, and then eventually some of the police came and were able to kind of look after him. But what she did was she invited him to her home, you know. And when he went back, she came, this was after a couple of weeks, he was in hospital or whatever, and then he came to her home, and she gave him one of the books that Prabhuji had given him that year. And after reading that book, it actually changed his life. It actually changed his life. And what he's done now is he's in a stable job. He's working, and he reads the book regularly, and it has made such a difference to a person. So I'm just trying to say that this is serious stuff. There's people out there that are suffering very, very badly because they don't have any knowledge. I was out there today and I found that so many people don't have an idea what's going on. But if they take one book, it can change their life. So that's why we're doing this, you know. That's why this marathon is there. That's why we're giving out 4,600,000 Bhagavad Gitas. We could do more if we could. And so this is something that, you know, it's very powerful. If anybody does it, you listen to Prabhuji's class, it was constantly the same. If you give this message to others, they will be very much benefited. So anyway, that's why we're doing this. We want to give out these Bhagavad Gitas. People are seriously needed, and there's great compassion if you can do this. It's a great compassion to another person. So I just wanted to say that. Finally, on myself and our architect this week, we went over to Bhaktivedanta Manor. Everybody knows Bhaktivedanta Manor? Bhaktivedanta Manor? It's in the UK. It's a huge temple. It's absolutely huge. They set up a whole arrangement for the architect and myself to go around all the different aspects of Bhaktivedanta Manor. So our architect at the moment is going back and he's drawing up plans. And he did this original plan here, but he's drawing up plans for the temple. And by next week we're going to have a look at them, and we're going to go further on this whole process. So we're inviting everyone to keep abreast, keep in touch with this. You have this temple which we're trying to develop, and we're still with the solicitor at the moment. The solicitors tend to sit on things quite a bit, but very soon we'll be signing for this new land, and by Krishna's grace, then we can start on the process of building a temple for Krishna. Is that a good idea? Hare Krishna, Jai. Thank you. So that's all it's doing next. Now we just want to.
हरे कृष्णा। तो आप ट्रांसलेट करना प्लीज। तो अभी मैं इंडिया से आया हूँ, मैं हिंदी में बोलूँगा। तो
Prabhuji just came from India.
तो इंडिया में हमें ऑल इंडिया ISKCON goal is 50 lakh Gitas we have to
In
distribute.
India, ISKCON devotees are distributing 5 million books. Bhagavad Gita.
तो खाली हमने ISKCON पंढरपुर की वजह से वती से तरफ से 2 महीने में, मैं 2 महीने में था वहाँ पर, तो 30,000 गीता हमने किया।
In 2 months, Prabhuji was there. ISKCON Pandharpur in Maharashtra. They distributed around 30,000 books.
मैंने मेरे तरफ से कम 11,000 किया गीता।
He himself did 11,000 Bhagavad Gita.
और हमारे कार्तिक प्रभु जो अभी फेस्टिवल में गए थे, वृंदावन फेस्टिवल महाराज का, इस होलनेस लोकनाथ महाराज जी का 50वां सन्यासी एनिवर्सरी डे था, तो उसमें खाली एक प्रोग्राम में हम लोग 5 लाख गीता की।
In one program in Vrindavan, which was for the 50th sannyas anniversary of His Holiness Loknath Swami Maharaj, the devotees did 500,000 Bhagavad Gitas in just one day.
One day means like in 3 hours. 3 hours. Only 3 hours. तो मैं आप सभी से यही विनती करूंगा कि हमारे आचार्य और श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु कहते हैं स्पेशल फॉर इंडियंस, कि इंडियंस के लिए स्पेशल मैसेज है चैतन्य चरितामृत में।
Our acharyas specifically says for Indians that it is being mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita.
भारत भूमि ते जन्म होइले जार।
Bharat means one who had the opportunity to have birth at holy land of India.
भारत भूमि ते जन्म होइले जार, जीवन सार्थक करी कर परोपकार।
So we have to fulfill this life, and we have to have compassion for others and do
जन्म करी
paropkar.
Parupkar in English.
by serving others.
Yeah, we have to give service to others as well.
तो भगवान यही कह रहे हैं कि हमको भारत भूमि में जन्म मिला है जहाँ पर भगवान का 10 अवतार हुआ है। 10 अवतार जो है भगवान के भारत में ही हुए हैं, कई जर्मनी फ्रांस इटली में नहीं हुए हैं। तो जैसे भी हम जो भी स्टेज में है हमको उसका एडवांटेज उठाना चाहिए। आप कैसे भी हो, जो भी कर रहे हो करते रहो, लेकिन भगवत गीता लो और दूसरे को दो, ठीक नहीं? आप सब जो बैठे हैं यहाँ पर,
So we are from the land where all the 10 avatars happen in India. So it's our duty to propagate this special message, and we have to distribute all these books as well.
तो भगवान कहते हैं अगर आप किसी एक जीवात्मा को भगवान के कनेक्ट में लाओगे, भगवान के संपर्क में लाओगे तो आपका जीवन धन्य। Raise your hand please. Everyone.
Who doesn't want? Can
तो
raise their hand.
देखो, मैं अभी आपका ज्यादा समय नहीं लूंगा। पैसे को कहा गया है लक्ष्मी, हम लोगों ने सुना है ना सभी ने, लक्ष्मी किसने सुना
Money
है?
is called Lakshmi, right?
लक्ष्मी। तो लक्ष्मी का मेन सेवा है भगवान कृष्ण की सेवा करना।
The main service of Lakshmi ji is to serve the devotees of Krishna.
जब हम भगवान कृष्ण की सेवा में वो लक्ष्मी को लगाते हैं तो वो लक्ष्मी खुश होती है और आपके घर से कभी नहीं जाती।
When we use that Lakshmi in the service of Krishna, she always resides in your home and she never go away because she knows you will use that Lakshmi in Krishna's service.
लेकिन जब वो लक्ष्मी हम भगवान कृष्ण की सेवा में नहीं लगाते हैं तो वो दूसरा रूप ले लेती है और उसका नाम है माया।
When we don't use that Lakshmi in the service of Krishna, then Lakshmi ji changes herself in the secondary form which is called as Maya.
और वो माया हमको बहुत कुछ कष्ट देती है, हमारे जीवन में बहुत कुछ व्यथा लाती है, हमको बहुत कुछ करके भी कहीं न कहीं तरीके से निकल जाती है।
So that Maya entangles us in all the miseries and the problems, challenges, issues in our life, and we are always stuck in that.
तो हम आपसे ऐसा तो नहीं कहेंगे कि आपको इतना ही देना है, लेकिन यथाशक्ति यथा इच्छा कुछ ना कुछ आप दे दे। भगवान का पुस्तक वितरण करने के लिए या भगवान का मंदिर बनाने के लिए या भगवान के प्रसाद वितरण के लिए आप कुछ ना कुछ दे।
We cannot force you, but at least we should try to give something, whether it's for book distribution, temple construction, or prasadam distribution. But we should take part just to make ourselves liberated.
तो मैं आप लोगों का समय न लेते हुए एक पॉइंट ऐड करूंगा लास्ट में। पद्म पुराण, अग्नि पुराण और गरुड़ पुराण में कहा गया है कि मनुष्य जीवन में भाग्यवान व्यक्ति वही होता है जिसको कुछ ना कुछ दान करने का सौभाग्य मिलता है। उसमें भी भगवान का मंदिर बनाने के लिए, भगवान की पुस्तक वितरण करने के लिए या प्रसाद वितरण के लिए, तो हम लोग बहुत भाग्यवान व्यक्ति हैं।
In Padma Puran, Agni Puran, and Garuda Puran, it is mentioned that whosoever get this chance to donate for temple construction, book distribution, and prasadam distribution is the most merciful thing.
तो कौन कौन आप लोग भगवान की सेवा में लक्ष्मी देना चाहता है? जितना भी हो, हम आपको नहीं बोलेंगे इतना ही देना चाहते हैं। हाथ ऊपर कीजिए और हाथ वैसे ऊपर रखिए। प्रभु जी, पेन पेपर, राइट डाउन नेम प्लीज, स्पीक फास्ट,
Or take pictures.
नो राइट डाउन नेम, बी एक्टिव। तो हाथ अपने ऊपर रखिए, प्लीज रेज योर हैंड। हम आपको नहीं बोलेंगे कि इतना दीजिए, यथाशक्ति यथा इच्छा, खाली प्रेम से दीजिए। जितने प्रेम से देंगे उतने प्रेम से लक्ष्मी आपके घर में आएगी। दिस इज माय प्रॉमिस फॉर यू।
Oh, Hari Bol. So, Githari Prabhu is taking note of your names.
ओके, तो इसके प्रोग्राम के बाद प्रभु जी से मिलना, ठीक है? प्लीज कॉन्टैक्ट विद हिम एंड थैंक यू सो मच।
So we will thank our today's sponsor for the prasad, and we will pray to Shri Panchatattva for their well-being, and let's chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra together for the blessings of the boy. I think Dishant. Dishant is the name, right? Dishant. So let's chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Also, we will chant 3 times Hari Bol for the devotees and volunteers who are helping and who are leading the cooking in the kitchen for we all. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Namaste by Man Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Namaste Narashindraya. Rag Rag Rag
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hari Hari. Kirtaniya Sarahari. Krishna said in Kali Yuga, I just chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and everything is good. Everything is, no, don't have to do nothing else. Hari Hari, Hare. Jai Jai Nanda Yashoda Everyone, Nanda Yashoda Nanda Yashoda Kala Guru Vara Everyone, louder, louder, louder. Bye. जय विनातन श्री भगवान की जय, विनातन श्री भगवान की जय, प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय।